Hello everyone, and welcome back to my playthrough of Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward, in which I will hopefully actually use my brain this time and not miss extremely obvious stuff. I was getting frustrated watching myself back in the previous videos, so I'm gonna try to edit a lot of that out, but I apologize. I make no promises that this will be better, but I'm hoping. Oh, I realized I didn't really introduce myself in the previous two videos, but that's because at the point of recording, I haven't decided on what my channel name is going to be yet. I do think I'll probably just use my name and whatever it is, though, so you can call me Sarah. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's get started. Oh yeah, I made 2 saves because I always do that. Yes. Oh right, we were on, okay. So, before we do this, where was it? So, fun story, you may have noticed the last episode ended a little bit oddly. Just as I was opening this one and was going to read it, I realized that I think my mother came home, and I didn't really want to say this out loud, out of context for someone to hear. And then that just kind of, I was like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna like stop as soon as possible and get back to this tomorrow. So, the first thing I wanted to do was actually read through these, because they seem interesting. First we have EU, stands for Erotic Units. EU is a system developed to measure a combination of physical, emotional, and situation attractiveness. It ranges from 0 to 20, where 20 might be Marilyn Monroe, and 0 might be Gilbert Gottfried. That's so mean. For the curious, Danny Trejo writes, 16 EU. Just being sexy does not guarantee a high EU rating. Not to be confused with competing systems of hotness or sexability, the EU system weighs a number of factors, such as practicality, sustainability, emotional investment, and the bias of the observer. Women with a high EU rating have usually mastered the art of the tease. I had to. Because what? Oh, and then... But I'm actually curious about the rest of these two. Because we have this. A collection of films that Tenmyoji has gathered. Their content isn't really explicit per se, but they still aren't really appropriate for someone Clark's age. It should be noted that the term does not imply the videos contain grandpas or grandpa-like actors. What is this game? Like, I expected it, but I'm still just like... Okay. Sigma's Cat Problem Part 1. Sigma has a strange verbal and possibly psychological tic which causes him to make cat puns whenever he talks about cats. The cause of this behavior seems to be an experience he had as a child. When Sigma was in preschool, there was a deserted house near his school that everyone called the Cat Mansion. He'd always loved cats, so every day he would visit the Cat Mansion and give the cats that lived there some of his lunch. One day he realized that he could understand what the cats were saying to one another. A magical black cat appeared and told him that it had given him this gift in exchange for giving food to its fellows. But, the magical cat said, to be continued, "You can never tell anyone about your gift," the magical black cat warned. "If you do, you'll be cursed." But young Sigma was so happy about his newfound ability that he slipped and told a girl about it, so the black cat cursed him. His curse was to speak only in cat puns for the rest of his life. Fortunately for him, a magical white cat came along soon after, felt the curse was a little too harsh, and lessened it, so that he would only talk in cat puns when he talked about cats. And they lived happily ever after. Oh, is that supposed to excuse him for the leaving the book meowed pun? Okay. And then the one about the phone. A device that converts sound into electrical signals and transmits them over a wire so they can be decoded and played back on the other end. It's useful for speaking to people who are far away. The invention of the telephone is generally credited to Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, but there is dispute in some circles as to whether or not this is the truth. In the game, there is a phone in one of the cabins. It can't call outside the facility, of course, but what if you try something like 5309 or 6969? Other numbers might do other things, so give it a try. I'm not gonna try like a bunch of numbers, but I think we have to try 6969, don't we? Considering the rest of the content of this game, I'm sure it will be interesting. So let's... Oh, so now let me back out of here. You took something when we weren't looking. Yeah, those are two bad sides I really don't want to be on. I think I'll just go get them before I go through it. Oh, maybe? I guess I can't go back. Oh well. We can just imagine what that phone call was gonna be like. I'm sure it's something. Hey, what's this? Did you open this, Sigma? Yeah, who else could have? Why didn't you tell us sooner? Forget about it, Alice. Let's just see what's in there. What's this thing? A map. It says floor A. Yeah, what else was in there? Card? Oh, make that 2 cards? Oh! Okay, we have an ambidextrous room card. Yes. And we can use these to open the AB rooms, presumably. That is the question, isn't it? How are we supposed to get back there? The door to the warehouse is still locked. Check out this note. Oh. Here are a few more rules for you. Once you've opened a door, you can hop through it as much as you like. The chromatic doors are like that too. Once you open them, even I carrot keep you from going in and out of them. Any colored bracelet can go through them, and as many people as you like. But, you have to escape before you can take advantage of this free reign rule. Once you've activated a chromatic door and gone through it to the puzzle beyond, it won't let you go back until you solve the puzzle. So once we can escape the crew quarters, we can head back to the warehouse. Seems like it. Interesting. I assume this key will open the door. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, what about the book? It's weird that it was just in here. Oh, it's a book about cats, but do we have time for that, right, Meow? Meow. Sorry. This is sort of, I guess you could call it a tic. I've had it since I was young. I wish I was just kitten, but I can't control it. It's not dangerous, though. You're perfectly fine. Not dangerous. Anyway, the book's called Schrodinger's Cat. Don't you mean Schrodinger's cat? I'm guessing he was supposed to pronounce it wrong. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. That's what I hear. Yeah. Exactly. I think it'd be harder to find someone who hasn't heard of it. For real? Do you know what it is too, Alice? Of course I do. I was just wondering why this book was here. Yeah, it seems like an interesting choice. It's a quantum physics thought experiment. The book probably discusses the principles the experiment talks about in more depth. Are we really going into this whole thing? Wow. Okay. The Erwin Rudolf Joseph Alexander Schrödinger was a scholar of theoretical physics in Austria. He was born in 1887 and... Wait. Is this going to be a long story? Yes. Thought so. How about we talk about it later then? I mean, we just found the key that'll get us out of here. You do have a point there. Am I getting deja vu? Did this happen in the elevator room? Or like at some point in 999? It probably happened in the elevator room and I just forgot already. Yeah, we should leave now. Ooh, will it let me go back? No. Okay. Okay, I'm going. If it'll wait. Oh. Why am I still not used to word click? Oh wait, and this is also the wrong door. I'm sorry. Yes, I know. Alright. Okay. Alright then, I'm just very intrigued by how this whole system is gonna end up working, because I saw the, when I saved yesterday, I did see like the flow chart of all the branches and stuff. The one that's not filled in, obviously. But it seems like there's definitely a lot of different path options. So I'm this is obviously not going to be the only escape room, so I'm curious to see how it unfolds from here. We found it! Yay! I don't know why I always love that when that pops up. We made our way down the hallway, and at the end waiting for us... Hey, looks like the gang's all here. What's up?
Nothing's up. We left our room, and it left.
And ended up here.
Sigma, let me see that map you found earlier.
No matter which door we took, all of them led back here.
That's the same as the map we found in the lounge.
Oh, we found something like that too. Our room was an infirmary.
That's so... We found ours in the crew quarters.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit and exchange information.
No. There's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator.
What the? Oh, this is just like the other floor.
These doors have colors on them too.
I see. So we're gonna have like... Similar to the ship decks, I guess we're gonna have different floors, and each are gonna have a set of chromatic doors. We're gonna have to... Okay.
The one on the left is green. The one in the middle is blue. And the one on the right is red.
Oh, so these are mono color, like... So these will have to go through either as our matching pairs and solos, or I guess... I'll be honest, for someone who does art, I really don't know complementary colors as well as I should. So I don't know if that works too. I assume so.
Are these chromatic doors? Look, there's a box here. It looked like the ones we saw earlier.
Well,
Just
yeah.
like the other doors.
I don't know, I mean, I get it, but also, like, the fact that they try the doors every time when it clearly says locked and, like, you can tell by now whoever organized this is not gonna accidentally leave the door unlocked or something.
No good trying to force it open, I suppose.
Especially certain people in this group who maybe should be very aware of that.
Is something wrong, Alice? You've been staring at your bracelet.
Oh, no, I'm fine. But it looks like my guess was right. The numbers have changed.
Numbers. Oh yeah, the time left. Looks like 2 hours. 6 minutes.
Ah, for fuck's sake. You telling me we're gonna have to just sit around here for another 2 hours?
Look, I have already cursed enough myself, but how many times is this guy gonna say fuck?
No. Looks like we don't have a choice then. We gotta head back. Clover, how about you show him that note we found?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Huh? Was it something about supplementary rules? Because we found a note just like that. It was in the infirmary.
Yeah, we found one too. It was in the safe in the crew quarters. Yeah, it's the same thing we read earlier. If that's true, then we can all go back the way we came and get into the warehouse.
I don't think Zero's saying we can. I think he's saying we have to.
Mm-hmm. This is, for some reason, exactly what Zero wants.
Otherwise, what's the point of that key card?
You mean this? The Ambidex room key.
We found some too.
Let's head back to the warehouse.
So when Zero says jump, we say how high, huh?
If you don't like it, stay here.
Seriously, dude, what else are we gonna do?
Stupid angry mutt watching the door sounds about right.
Damn.
Asshole. Better hope I don't have rabies, you self-satisfied old turd.
I don't think he's the asshole here, man.
Well, what's it going to be? Are you going to go back with us? Or are you staying here by yourself?
Alright, fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm going.
So, this is the crew quarters, huh?
Just as the note said. We had no trouble getting in here.
Mm-hmm.
That means we can go to the infirmary or the lounge.
Yeah, we can check out any of them.
Hey, look, Grandpa!
Of course we go right to this. Why would we not?
They got a poster of a lady in here. It looks like the ones you got back home.
Oh my god.
This one's pretty hot.
I mean, he's not wrong. Look. I can appreciate it. Just...
think we're talking at least 14, maybe even 15 EU.
I see. Here's where this comes in.
Agreed.
Oh, but why does the kid know that? I don't want to
Sure
hear
would
that.
like to take it home with me.
Dude,
Unfortunately, I don't think this is really the time for that.
no, it's not.
Let's keep moving.
Whoa, hold on. Grandpa? Yeah. That definitely sounded very familiar. Since when were they buddies? Or had they always been that close? In other words, they'd known each other before the nunnery game. And if Quark was calling Tomoyoshi Grandpa, maybe they were even related. Alice and Clover seemed to be close too. Just how many of these people knew each other already?
Let's go, buddy.
I mean, that's always, well, I say always, I've only played one other, or seen one other game, but considering how everyone there was connected in some way, I can only assume that's probably the case here too. This isn't just random.
I can't wait to get out of here and back to my, grandpa videos.
Oh my god, the grandpa videos. I didn't need to know that.
Oh, you mean the ones you keep in the locked cabinet?
Okay, so they definitely know each other, which is interesting. For a few reasons. But god.
You're being too loud, Quark.
Dude, you brought it up first.
You have to say these things quietly.
Or you could not say them at all. Not that I feel like I'm harping on this, but I don't actually have a problem with adult stuff or anything like that. It's just funny. Of course, they're putting so much random emphasis on that in this game. And back to the warehouse.
Oh, you're finally done? You were taking so long. I hopped off for a little nap.
Still creepy.
For yawning? Really? You're just a computer program. You don't get tired.
Hey, VO. My temper's got a hair trigger, and you're awfully close to pulling it.
Yeah, dude, it may be an AI, but doesn't mean it can't find a way to kill you.
So I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Otherwise...
Well, do you really need me to spell it out?
Forget it.
That's a good boy. Alrighty, let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. Namely, how do you get more BP?
We go into the AB rooms, right? Look. We've got some keys for them right here. Kay and Quark have 2 each, so we've got 6 altogether.
But who goes into what room?
That doesn't really matter. Anybody can go into any room.
But there are only 6 rooms.
Didn't I tell you? The 2 members of a pair share the same destiny.
Then you mean both members of a pair need to go into the same room?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
What do we do after we go into the room?
Play a game. Just like it says on the door. You play
The Ambidex game!
Why do I feel like I don't want to know what that is?
Wait, what's ambidex supposed to mean anyway?
I would guess it's short for ambidextrous. Most use the word to refer to the ability to use both of one's hands, instead of favoring the left or right. But it can also be taken to mean someone who is duplicitous or two-faced.
Oh, wonderful. Because being duplicitous and two-faced always turns out well in the nonary game. It's a game of betrayal, then.
Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way.
And what's the nonary game?
That refers to the whole enchilada. The nonary game is a game where you try to open the number 9 door and escape. The Ambidex game is just a mini game you play as part of the larger one. Make sense?
Yes.
Like hell. This shit is confusing.
It's really not that confusing.
Is it? Or is it that you're just a few carrots short of a bushel? What do you think, Theo?
You arrogant little bastard.
Well, that's just how I am, so you better get used to it. Now, could I have you all move to the AB room, please? I'll give you more specifics once everyone's inside.
Did we have to go for the southern accent?
I think it'll probably be easier to understand that way.
Kay, Quark, and myself each gave one card to Luna, Alice, and Tenyoji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion about who'd go into which door, but Fi and I found ourselves heading toward the leftmost room. Looks like everybody else has gone in already. Think we should head in too?
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
Yeah, I'm really curious what this is actually gonna be.
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Ambidex game polling? Polling implies some... This game's got a time limit too? I mean, everything here does.
Something wrong?
No, nothing. There's no one
here.
here.
What are you talking about? Of course there isn't anyone here.
Well, yeah, I know.
Let's get inside.
What was he trying to point out? Yeah, right.
This looks just like the room we woke up in.
Yeah.
That screen.
Yeah. I didn't read the there's one thing that's different part, but... Looks like there's something on it. The Ambidex game will now begin. To enter your vote, please touch the start button on your screen. Once you have entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until the polling period has finished. Oh god, what are we voting on? I don't like the sound of that.
Shit! The hell are you doing, you idiot?
I'm doing what the instructions said. What? I just pressed the start button.
Did you even read what it said? Once you press that button, it locks the door for 40 minutes. Now, thanks to your stupid ass, we're stuck in here for almost an hour.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Ugh.
Sorry, Fi.
Hey, hey, hey! Looks like everybody's closed their AB gates.
AB gate?
That's the door to the AB room, silly. You're in the AB room right now.
Oh my god, this buddy's really gonna drive me nuts.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be continuing my earlier explanation.
Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody. Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mono a mono, or mono a womano. Well, there are two people in each pair, aren't there? So
so it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess.
Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you paired up with to go through the chromatic doors.
Oh. So we're against Alice.
For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Alas and went through the cyan door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Alas.
And it goes the other way too. Alas's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Tamioli.
Potassium. Oh my god. Some of the nicknames are a little... I mean, they're meant to be silly. Some of them are a little... but some of them are fun.
And VO and Quirk's enemy will be Mooney. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it?
Can you just explain what we're doing, please?
After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally.
What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all.
First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
All you guys have to do is pick! Just pick one of those easy options! Your DP will go up or down, depending on what you pick. It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow. So, I made this handy chart. The plus and minus are from your point of view.
Oh. Interesting test. So you have more to gain and less to lose from picking Betray.
So, let's say you choose ally, and so does your opponent. You'll get 2 BP, and so will they. And you'll all get a nice warm, fuzzy feeling inside. We call that the best pals outcome. Just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Next is what you get if you choose ally, but your opponent chooses to betray. If that happens, you lose 2 BP, and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerk face outcome. Somebody did that to me. I'd skin them and stew them with some taters.
Oh my god. Me trying not to make a Lord of the Rings quote right now.
The third choice is the opposite of that.
So it's the gamble of, do you want to try to make allies? Does everyone just pick Betray so you don't lose any? Or do you take the risk of betraying and getting fucked over?
It's when you choose betray, but your nice, innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses 2. We call that the serves them right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about.
Right.
And finally, the very last scenario. This is when you choose betray, and so does your opponent. If that happens, neither of you gets or loses anything. Absolutely 0 change in BP. Boring. We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid the most.
Yeah, of course you do.
You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you? Well, let me explain. Remember how I told you that both people in a pair, the 2 of you only get 1 vote? You get to choose once between ally or betray. That doesn't mean you split your points, though. You both get 3 points, or lose 2 points, or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get.
Are we done with the
Okay,
explanations?
then. I think that about does it for the basic rules.
Please.
Well,
Oh my
actually,
God.
There's a little bit more, but it'll just have to wait, I guess.
What? Why does it have to wait? Because his explanation has gone on for like 20 minutes.
Hush now. It'll be okay.
30 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I was kidding, but according to them, we've been in this room for 10 minutes, so it feels like it.
Anyway, I've gotta hop along now. Don't do something harebrained and wait until the last minute. You got plenty of time, so think it out.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye now. Have a nice trust.
There's a part of me that's like, I was gonna be like, oh, thank God the bunny's done talking. And then I was like, if I say that, it'll fucking pop up back on the screen.
About the AB game?
Yeah. Should we choose ally or betray?
Yeah, it's a tough call. This is really kind of an interesting game. Seems like it's based on the prisoner's dilemma.
What's that?
You've never heard of it? It's a thought experiment that uses game theory to examine why people do or don't cooperate. Let's say Apple and Banana have committed a serious crime.
For everything else in this game, those are really cute. Apple and
I
Banana?
just gave them the first names I thought of. They don't mean anything. Anyway, Apple and Banana are caught by the police and sent off to separate cells far away from one another. In other words, there's no way for them to contact each other. And they're not like telepaths or something.
Yeah, telepaths. Never heard of that. Not in this series. Couldn't be.
So that's the setup. You following me?
Yeah, keep going.
So, a detective shows up. He visits each cell and tells them both exactly the same thing. Goes something like this.
You can both clam up if that's what you want. We're gonna have to put you both in the slammer for 2 years if you do. Now, if you flip on your pal over there, tell me everything.
Trying to see which one of them they can get to talk.
I can get your sentence reduced to 1 year. That means your buddy will serve 15, but that ain't your problem, right?
Right.
Of course, if he decides to spill the beans, it goes the other way. He gets 1 year, and you get to spend 15 years eating government cheese. You're probably wondering if both of you confess. Well, I can shave off a little time for saving me trouble, but you'll still both do 10 years.
That seems kind of bullshit. I mean, I get the point of the experiment, but...
So, punk, what's it gonna be? Gonna give me what I want? Or you gonna keep that trap shut? Of course, I told your partner the same thing I just told you. I wonder if you can trust him to keep the cat in the bag. No rush. Give you plenty of time to think about it.
That's always what gets you in trouble, isn't it? Thinking too much about stuff.
Yeah. What would you do? Say you were in Apple or Banana's shoes.
Well, If my erstwhile criminal associate Banana is going to keep his mouth shut, then the best choice for me is to spill the beans. That way I only serve 1 year. But what if he confesses too? The smart thing would be for me to do the same. After all, if he cuts a deal and I don't, then I'll spend 15 years in prison. If I confess, I can shave 5 years off of that. Then it seems like the best choice is always going to be to confess.
Interesting. But you're forgetting something important.
Which is?
That Banana will be thinking the same thing. So you'll both confess, and you'll both end up serving 10 years. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
If you both trusted each other, then neither of you would have served more than 2 years. But
Yeah.
because you both made the decision based on your own self-interest, you're gonna spend 8 more years in prison. In other words, the logical decision leads not only to a less desirable outcome on the group level, But also a pretty shitty situation on the personal level, too. You see now? The
Yeah.
AB game
That's exactly it.
is the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah, they are pretty much the same thing. If we trust Alice, we can both increase our BP by 2. But if we don't trust each other, in the long run, it won't benefit either of us.
Yeah, but this is where it gets interesting. Let's say for a moment all 9 of us are on one team. Who would we be playing against?
0, of course.
Right. So we can assume the 9 of us are fighting 0 in the AB game. If you look at it that way, what would we want to do to beat him? Just look at the point totals. Say we all picked Ally. What would our total points be?
Well, 2 times 9 is 18, so 18 points.
Okay. Now let's say one of the pairs chooses Betray.
The pair who pick Betray will get 3 points each, so in total they'll have 6 points. But the solo they betrayed will have 2 points subtracted, so the total gain for that game will only be 4 points. The other 2 groups will choose Ally for that round, right?
Yeah.
So for the other teams, you'll get 6 each, which will give you 2 times 6 is 12, plus 4, 16 points total.
So, what does that tell you?
If we consider all 9 of us to be on the same team, we need to all always choose Ally to get the most points. Yeah, that's the ideal, right? We should all be working together. That should be the, as a message for the game as a whole, we should all be working together. Will everyone do that? I highly doubt it. If even one person chooses Betray, the total points we get goes down.
Exactly. In this game, if each individual acts for the benefit of the whole group, everyone benefits. But if everyone starts looking out for themselves, it'll impact the group negatively.
Which is exactly what Zero's hoping for, I'm sure. Or not. I mean, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? Like, ultimately, in 999, the motivation for the game wasn't really bad. Not in a, I just want to have everyone kill each other kind of way. So, who knows what the motivation behind this one is, and what Zero actually wants.
And eventually, it'll impact them negatively too. If all of us choose Betray, then the group gets 0 points. Ultimately, nobody benefits. Not even the individual. In other words, selfish but logical decisions hurt everyone. And they hurt you.
In this case, yes. Generally speaking, I would agree with that sentiment. Okay, I think I get it. What you're saying is that I should pick Ally.
No. I mean
No?
the opposite. If you're going to make the most logical choice here, the only option is Betray.
Why? Yeah, you just explained why that was a terrible idea.
No, I didn't. It's not the prisoner's solution. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Even though there's an outcome where everybody's happy, the choice you'd have to make for that outcome isn't the rational one. You want to pick it, but you can't. A dilemma. If we choose Ally, and Alice does too, then yes, it'll be great. All 3 of us will get 2 points. That would be ideal, obviously. And it would help everybody. But what if Alice chooses Betray?
Our BP will go down to 1. See, I get what Fi is saying, but I think she just explained exactly why looking at it that way is what will cause us all to lose in the end.
Right. And if that happens, we're screwed. So...
20 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Unless we can be certain that Alice will choose Ally, we don't have a choice. We have to choose Betray. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to know that for certain. That means we have to make the rational choice. It would be great to make the right choice, but we can't.
I don't know if I agree with that. Hey. Did you just say we're screwed? If you don't mind telling me, what did you mean by that? I'm guessing something happens if our BP hits 0, right? I mean, yes, Sigma, I would assume. I mean, the way you said it sure makes it seem like something's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, I do see his point of questioning that, like, we can assume that's probably the case, but we weren't told that yet. But she seems very sure. Do you know something? You do know something. What are you hiding? I mean, of course she's not gonna tell us. Yeah, you know, there's been something weird about you from the moment we met. I mean, for starters, how'd you know my name?
Oh, knock it off. This is getting old.
Right. As soon as we start questioning you... I don't care if it's getting ancient. This is important. I don't know you, but you seem to know me somehow. The only explanation I can think of that makes any kind of sense is that you're working with Zero.
What about you?
What?
Are you working with Zero?
Me? Why would you think that? Why are you just gonna try to turn around on me when I'm questioning you?
You're too calm. You wake up trapped in some kind of twisted game and it doesn't even faze you? That hardly seems normal.
You were calm too. You were extremely calm. You have been this entire time, and you're dodging my questions. Not that I don't know if I actually suspect her of anything, but just to argue her logic. Oh, come on, I could ask you the same thing.
Don't change the subject.
You are changing the subject. That's exactly what you're doing.
We're talking about you. Maybe you actually do know me.
What? Where the hell did that come from? Look, I already told you, I've never seen you before in my life. Oh.
Sigma. Just let it go. Our time's up. This is it.
What? Wait, that says solo. Like, I got the implication that those were maybe alluding to other versions of this game that's been played, but...
Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You know we're about to die, but you still stuck with me. So, thank you, Sigma.
Oh. Well, that, doesn't bode well. I mean... One, I guess we're trying to change whatever happened, probably. But two, I do assume that most endings, until we get to whatever the real ending is supposed to be, will probably involve people dying. But, But does she remember all of that then?
Goodbye.
Well, that's sad. Oh god. was that?
What's wrong?
I saw
Saw what?
the explosion.
Explosion?
I think there's a bomb somewhere in this building. I'm not sure, but it sounded like it was on a timer. You and I were trying to stop it, but we couldn't do anything, and...
Whoa! Sigma! Calm down! What are you talking about?
I'm assuming he's making, like, pain noises.
What is it now?
My head.
It hurts?
Yeah.
You know, you said it hurt when you first woke up in the AB room, too.
It didn't just hurt. It felt like it was going to explode.
Are you alright?
Kind of like the building. Oh, man, that's So I guess that's what our fate is. If we don't figure out whatever the hell is going on here. I think so.
Maybe you should rest a little.
Yeah, maybe I could just lay my head on your lap. Sigma.
Of course. I shouldn't have worried.
Yep. Vi and I spent the rest of the time until the door opened in silence. The AB game was forgotten as I tried to make sense of what I'd seen. Had it been real in any way? Or was it just a hallucination, brought on by stress or maybe some strange drug they dosed me with while I was out? Oh, it's definitely real in some way. It had seemed real, though. Was it a premonition? I had to stifle a bark of laughter at the thought. Seeing the future? This wasn't some crappy sci-fi novel, this was real life. Things like that didn't happen. I was just tired. The stress of the nonary game was probably getting to me more than Vi thought. I was tired and I was emotional. A hallucination was strange, but really, it was perfectly understandable. But what if I wasn't losing it? What if I was fine? Yeah, I don't think that was a hallucination at all. What if it hadn't been a hallucination? I sat there for what felt like hours, my mind running in circles.
Five minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Oh. What the hell was that?
What? Do you need a translator? If you don't vote fast enough, then it'll set your vote to ally. Make sense? Or do I need to use smaller words?
So if you plan to pick ally, you don't even really need to go into the AV room.
I guess not.
Huh. So that's gonna make future rounds interesting.
We're already in here, though. So we might as well figure out what we're gonna do. What's it gonna be, Sigma? Ally or betray?
Why are you even asking? You made it pretty clear that we should choose betray.
Well, I didn't say should.
I mean, you pretty much did.
I just said we didn't really have a choice.
That's the same thing.
It's completely different.
No, it's not.
The former is an active opinion. The latter is just passive information.
Semantics. Whatever. You still want to betray, right?
Yeah.
Then why did you ask me? So we never really finished our conversation from earlier. You said that we'd be screwed if our BP dropped to 1. What did you mean by that? Is something going to happen if our BP gets to 0 or something?
We die.
What?
If our BP drops to 0, we die. The needles in our bracelets activate.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, again. I assume that's the case, but whatever happened, whatever those visions were, I'm guessing that she remembers it. Well, how the hell do you know that? Zara never said anything about it.
I don't know. I swear, I don't. I know somehow. There's just this feeling I've got.
So you
like,
just know, but
that's
don't
what'll
remember how
happen.
you know. Is what she's claiming, at least. Oh, come on, that again? You fed me the same line when I asked you why you knew my name. How can you know all these things when there's no way on Earth? Wait, did you see it?
What?
Did you have some sort of, I don't know, premonition?
What? What the hell are you talking about? You sounded like a crazy person the first time, too.
Then you haven't.
Seriously, Sigma, are you okay? I think there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, there might be. This was wrong. The entire time, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, they said we had 5 minutes. Can we just vote? Always in these games, I get it, because they gotta tell the story, but it's like, oh, we have 5 minutes left. Let's talk for like 10 minutes. This was wrong. Fi was supposed to be acting strange, not me. Instead, here she was asking if I was okay. But what if it wasn't just her? What if I was losing it too? I groaned. My head felt awful. It was like someone had thrown my brain in a food processor and hit puree.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Hey, it's almost time. What are you gonna pick? If you aren't going to do it, then
No, I'm fine. I'll do it.
You're gonna choose Betray, right?
Yeah. So do we not get to choose as the player? Don't worry about it.
Alright. Take it away.
30 seconds
Or
remain
are we...
until
Is it the choice
Ambidex
between
game polling closes.
doing what we told Fi or doing what we want? I stood in front of the selection screen and took a deep breath. This was it. I ran over my options one last time. There was only one possible choice. I don't know. I don't like the idea of betraying Alice. But then Fi's probably gonna be not happy if we don't go along with what we said either. Oh, I hate choices like this. Which I know is the whole point of the game. I don't know if I should... I feel like the game is like, you should choose Betray. And I don't know if I want to follow that and go along that path. That's like maybe what they're intending for you to do. As like, you know, the first ending you should experience. Or if I want to just go with Ally. I think I'm gonna do Ally. And hopefully it doesn't go terribly. Vote has been recorded. Please wait.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
I'm just imagining everyone watching this being like, no, you should have picked Betray. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Are we gonna know who picked what? As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
What the hell were you thinking? Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was, and yeah, I did. And I don't think Like, she probably knows what she's talking about, but I just don't want to agree with her. We have to be selfish logic. I don't like it.
Then?
Well, I want to believe in Alice.
It's not really a rational decision.
Yeah, I'm not the rational type, sorry. I know.
Yo, what's up?
Oh my god, really?
Siggy! Fido! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
I really hope I did. Alright.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally. Let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game! Round one! The results! If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Oh, I really like that art. Oh my god. I had a feeling. Which just makes me wonder more if Fi knows. But if she really wanted me to pick Betray, she shouldn't have gone on that whole previous speech. Seeing who picked what is interesting. At least now I know. I was wondering if they would just... Like, yes, you could kind of figure it out once you see the numbers. But I was wondering if they would actually show, like, the detailed names of who picked what to everybody. So now we know they do that. Interesting. So only Kay and Clover and Alice picked Betray. Which is also interesting considering, I mean, it may not have anything to do with anything, but Alice and Clover's connection. I wonder if they're kind of thinking the same way. That puts us at a disadvantage, but we're not out yet, so we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to end this recording here and continue with the next portion in the next one. So, now that we've seen these results, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!